Talked about needing to build momentum after last weekend's win. Does that make today's result even more deflating?
Yeah, it's the feeling is always the same. Of course, we want to win. I think we didn't control the game. We played the game of Brentford. Really confused, second balls, first balls, set pieces, and all the moments, the crucial moments they were against us. So tough to lose again, but we need to think about the next one.
We saw real fight from your United side against Chelsea last week. Did you see that today?
Yeah, in some moments, but we can do better. That is the main point.
You've conceded in so far in the league this season. How worrying is it for you as the manager when it seems to feel like it's a lot of the similar issues happening every week? Yeah,
the first ball was a long ball after a recovery. We work on that during the week. Set pieces work on that also. So we knew that the long balls and then one first touch, and they had the opportunity, and the goals were like that. But we worked during the week. We need to do better.
When you have had the whole week with no midweek football to contend with this season, and you've had all of that time on the training ground, why don't you think the players were able to put that into practice on the pitch today?
Well, today was we didn't play our game for just was some moments we had the control of the game. We pushed the opponent to the back, but the game was more or less always the same. Really, second balls, one ball, and then we need to play our game, not the opponent's game, and they were stronger on that.
The results have been inconsistent so far this season, and you know well by now that every defeat that comes as Manchester United manager, you're only one step away from another crisis. How are you managing that?
It's always the same. To lose in this kind of club, we need to. It hurts a lot. We need to think about the next one.
The next one is Sunderland. So how important is it that you get a result in that game to go into the international break with a bit of positivity?
Everything is important in this club. So it's not just the games at home or whatever. We need to win every game, and we are not doing that.
We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Brentford leading 2-1. Manchester United awarded a penalty. Nathan Collins, the offender, on Bryan Mbeumo.
Yes, penalty, definitely. Red card, in my opinion, definitely. What part of this isn't a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity? He's about to stretch and score. In fact, he touches it and gets pulled down at the same time. He's about to have a clear opportunity. That is an absolute goal-scoring opportunity. So where is the non-denial of a goal-scoring opportunity there?
Come back to that in a moment, because I think everyone's in agreement. But Bruno Fernandes has now missed 2 of 3 penalties, having only missed 1 of his previous 18.
He's one of the best in the world at this technique. But I think if the goalkeeper waits and stands still, Ruben can't watch, But if the goalkeeper waits, which Kelleher does, it puts Bruno under pressure, and then you end up just passing it. That's why I prefer the Harry Kane one, where you just whip it into the corner. If the goalkeeper waits, it puts you under pressure to make a decision. See Kelleher, he waits, and he just reads it really well. And to be fair, you just wonder for Bruno as well. Is that because he's playing in that deeper midfield position? He's not getting as many touches in the area where he can affect the game. But yeah, one thing I would say is the football up to that penalty was really good. Got the ball out wide and they play into the channel. How it took them 4.5 minutes to not get the right decision on that red card and the penalty, just baffles me.
Okay, well, let's try and explain that. Here is the Premier League Match Centre tweet that they put out on social media. The referee's call of penalty was checked and confirmed by VAR, with Collins deemed to have pulled Mbeumo back. VAR also checked the referee's call of yellow card to Collins and deemed that Mbeumo wasn't in control of the ball.
Because he pulled him. Okay.
Hang on. So here is the law. Let's give all angles to the story, Owen. Where a player commits an offence against an opponent with their own penalty, or it denies an opponent an obvious goal-scoring opportunity and the referee awards a penalty kick, the offender is cautioned if the offence was an attempt to play the ball or challenge for the ball. In all other circumstances, for example, holding, the offended player must be sent off. That's the IFAB laws of the game, and this is how it is applied in Premier League terms, in DOGSO, the distance between the offence and the goal, the generation. But this is the first one. The likelihood of keeping or gaining control of the ball. So let's have another look. And are you 100% sure the likelihood of gaining or keeping control of the ball for Bryan Mbeumo? Michael?
I've never been more convinced. Never. I mean, what are we trying to say here? That he's not in control of the ball. Listen, we're playing football. We don't play rugby here. The ball is never in our hands. We're not carrying it. The ball is in his control. It's right in front of him. He's about to score. How's that not in his control? He's like, whose control is it? The goalkeeper's? The referee's?
If he's not fouled, Mo, he'll be in control.
It's so painful. This is a big mistake. It's 100% a red card. 100%.
4.5 minutes to get to the wrong decision. How is that even possible? Me and you saw in real time. I saw pen in real time. You saw red in real time. 1 second. So you got
straight away.
So you got the referee. You got the assistant.
Why is the ref give it a yellow?
In real time, it's a pen.
The referee should be reprimanded for giving a yellow in the first place, and then VAR are like, they're obviously there, and I'm a big fan of VAR, but that's what they're there for now, is to correct that and say, do you know what? There was nowhere to play the ball. If he slides in trying to get the ball and he brings him down, then it's a yellow, absolutely, because he's made an attempt to play the ball. Reaching and pulling with no attempt is not an attempt to play the ball. Therefore, it has to be a red card. There is no other way. And to say he's not in control of it, well, you could say that about virtually every happening in football. If I run through on goal one-on-one, I still haven't touched the ball, but it's right in front of me. I'm about to play it and someone pulls me. Does that mean I'm not in control of the ball because I haven't touched it yet? Do I have to touch the ball? Most finishes are one touch. So that, in theory, you're saying that we're never in control of the ball. It's right in front of him.
He's wrong side anyway. He's wrong side, Collins is anyway.
What part of not in control is he? It's an incredible decision. It is the most blatant red card there can be. That is. Like, what part of it isn't a red card?
So the question is, you both think that's a blatant red card. For the remaining period, would the 11 of Manchester United have really troubled the 10 of Brentford?
Well,
they would have liked to have had the opportunity.
Well, you would have thought so. Anyway, bear in mind, Man United didn't play well enough to win this game. But that decision had an impact on the game. Without question, we can't deny that. Obviously, Bruno misses the penalty. But if there's 4 of them there and up in the booth as well, you got to get that right. I mean, we're seeing it in real time. We're not refs. Okay, we played, but we know. They got to get that right. They just can't not. It doesn't dismiss the fact that United were poor and deserve to lose the game. But they're there to get those decisions right. They didn't get it right.
Brentford, and we saw the scenes at the end, they clinched it with a well-worked goal. A super strike from Jens. But you like Yarmulke in the build-up.
Yarmulke was fabulous, to be fair. Igor Thiago was great. Look at this football, by the way. A little bit around the corner. Oop, little dink over the top there, and then the counter's on. Watch this run from Yarmulke, which makes the goal. Obviously, it's a great strike. Look at the run, makes space. And obviously Man United are pressing. Looks a bit like the City goal, the third one. Everybody's up and you counter. Okay, the football's really good, but they're just too open at the back. The first goal was the same, wasn't they? Everybody's up playing behind, long balls they didn't deal with in that third goal. And to be fair, St. Janssen, he probably deserved that. They were the better side, played fantastic. And Yarmulke with Igor Thiago they were probably the 2 best players on the pitch.
What was the goalkeeper doing there?
Getting out of the way.
Getting out of the way. It went right in the middle of the goal. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. Listen, it didn't matter. It was the last seconds of the game. Manchester United deserve to get beat. They will feel very aggrieved that they weren't. Penalty could have been 2-2 and against 10 men. The whole game should have turned over in the space of seconds there. And it didn't happen, so they'll scratch their heads. But the bottom line is Brentford deserve
themselves a chance. This giant football club takes 1 step forward and takes 2 steps back. And an elite manager like Ruben Amorim cannot put back-to-back wins in the Premier League. We are in a situation where he must do his team talk, and then as the players run out, cross his fingers, cross his toes, and hope he gets a performance. There is no trust between the manager and the players. Until that changes, we're going to keep seeing the same.
Tim, how much is it manager today? How much is it players?
Oh, it's frustrating. It's players. It's players. It's players. I tried to give him hope, and you shot me down, and you were right, and you said it's Man United, because I thought there was going to be. This was the start of a run. But like it's because it's the players, because I've been there. I've been on both sides of this. Where you believe in a manager, you don't believe in a manager. The fact of the matter is, these players should be good enough to go win a football game. They should, and they just aren't. So this is on the players.
Stats don't lie. They haven't put Premier League back-to-back wins since he's been in charge. Tells you something. Whether it's the player or the manager, it's a problem. Stats tell you that 3 of the last 4 times Brentford have played Manchester United at home, they've won. Stats don't lie. So Manchester United go away from home and don't put the work and effort in that's required to win Premier League matches.
Tim, how much longer has Altay Bayındır got in goal?
Oh, not much. I think they're. He was shaky on set pieces. The goals today, you can just think he gets a hand to him. If you get a hand to the goal, you should save it. I think we're going to see a change very soon, possibly next week.
Well, next for Manchester United, they've got Sunderland at home, then it's Liverpool away. If you're just joining us this morning, Manchester United have lost by 3-1 at Brentford. Tim, we'll start with a couple of goals from Igor Thiago, their newfound confident striker.
Yeah, and this is just good tactical play. They pick the ball up, Jordan Henderson gets his head up, and they want to hit him over the top. And they do, and Thiago's away. You'll see from the replay why. Lovely strike with that left foot on the half volley, spinning away from the goalkeeper. You just see here, Henderson knows he gets 2 seconds to look up. I'm going over the top. Harry Maguire knows he can't keep in a foot race, so he tries to step up and keep him offside, but he wasn't. It was tight. Thiago was onside, and this is a great look at the finish. Hit across the ball, laces, gives the goalkeeper really no chance and puts Brentford ahead 1-0. But they would double their lead not long after in the 20th minute. Again, Thiago involved. It's too easy for him. Just a little cushion. Chest there to Shada. Bayındır makes a save. Can't keep the second one out. Again, it's over the top. Straight long ball. Precise long ball, so it's not like necessarily route one. And they followed up. They're just hungry. They wanted it more. You see the save? Yeah, okay. Puts it out in front. Tries to scramble back. Goes underneath him. Thiago has himself his 4th goal in 6 games.
Well, Manchester United had a glimmer of hope 5 minutes later.
Yeah, and one positive moment for Benjamin Sesko. Gets his first Premier League goal for Manchester United. I think Brentford felt there might have been a foul on Kelleher. There wasn't. You'll see Mbeumo comes in here. Goalkeeper's got to be a bit stronger and a bit better there. Sesko has a couple of attempts, smashes it into the back of the net. And at 2-1, you're thinking, well, United are back into the game. And then that big incident we've talked about was Brian Mbeumo and Nathan Collins. Now, quite clearly, it's a penalty kick. Collins grabs the shirt of Mbeumo. Should it have been a red card? Well, it was deemed that Mbeumo didn't have control of the ball, and that's why the red card wasn't given for denial of the goal-scoring opportunity. Let me tell you one thing, Bex. If somebody pulls your shirt in that situation, you cannot control the ball. That's a poor decision by the referees and VAR. And then, as you said, Bruno Fernandes had plenty of time to think about this. Kelleher comes up with a really big and important save that changed the whole momentum of that game. You know, Brentford could have been down to 10 men, it could have been on level terms. And then it's Brentford who put this lovely passing movement together here. The substitutes